Season 4 just hit. Maybe you're looking for a new build to keep the game fresh, or whatever the case may be. In this video, I'm about to show y'all boys how to make this OP Playmaker build using this rare pod chart that, in my opinion, is very underrated. This is basically going to be the remake of my 99 overall 6.6 point forward build. You guys, I'll be putting you guys on all the glitchy OP ISO builds. This is what I currently have right now. If you guys have kept up with the channel, you guys know I have a point forward, a play shot that I don't use. I have my slash and playmaker, my two-way pass first swing, and then I also have my two-way slash and playmaker. All my builds go crazy on the ISO, and I like to have builds that can play defense as well. Make sure y'all boys drop a like, drop a sub, turn on post notifications, and let's get right into it. I would make this new Playmaker build right now. I have the VC and all that, but the only reason why I'm not making the build is for whatever reason my rebirth does not work anymore. I don't know if it glitched or maybe I used it too many times. You guys can let me know down in the comment section below. Does your rebirth still work? And if so, how can I fix mine? But yeah, man, let's get right into this build. So what we're gonna do for this build is we're gonna make this build a point guard. This is going to give us the most badges possible. I'm going to go lefty because I'm lefty RL, and then I'm going to choose the number 5. Now for the pod chart, we're going to use a pod chart that is very underrated and kind of rare. You hardly ever see anyone use this one. This is a mostly yellow with some green. This is a brand new pod chart that was introduced in NBA 2K22, and this is a pod chart that I made my 6.6 point forward with. For the physical, we're always going to choose speed. Now let me show you guys exactly how I would set up my attributes on this build. Alright, so look, man, this is how I set up the attributes on this Playmaker build. The reason why I like this build better than my point forward build is because we actually have some finishing badges, and once we max our wingspan, that's going to give us a 70 overall driving dunk at 99 overall, which is going to allow us to get better dunk packages. And also with 3 finishing badges, you get limitless takeoff on gold, which is what you need. On my point forward build, I did not put any finishing on that build, and that's my biggest regret. For the shooting, you guys can see that you get 14 shooting badges on this build, plus you're gonna have an 80+ 3-ball. That's more than enough. I've been playing on builds with a 65 3-ball and still been sparking that hoe up. This build is going to be able to shoot extremely consistent. Like, it's going to be extremely easy to shoot on this build as is. You don't even need that many shooting badges, but that's how I made it. And then for the playmaking, you guys see we get 24 playmaking badges, which is more than enough. And then for our defense, I really like this build because the defense is extremely good. We basically have max defense, and I like this build because we get 7 defensive badges. Plus our block rating is up along with our defensive rebound. Whenever I notice on my point forward that I have the defense maxed up too, and I notice on that build I get way more blocks than I do on my two-way slash and playmaker. So I do feel like even though block rating is on a 48, this paired with rim protector and chase down is going to give you really good block animations around the rim. And then this is a solid overall well-rounded build that's going to go crazy on the ISO and can shoot lights out and still be able to finish around the rim. For the body shape, you can go with whatever you want. Most of the time I go with compact, but I was getting kind of bored of making all my builds compact, so here lately I've been using define, but you can literally go with whatever you want. The height, this is up to you. You can either go 6'5" or 6'6". This isn't going to change your driving dunk, so we're still going to have to hit 99 overall to get a 70 driving dunk. But if you go up 1 inch, you guys see that we lose 3 on our 3-point shot, plus we lose 7 on our ball handle, which means we're not going to be able to have an 85 ball control until 97 overall. You need that 85 ball control to be able to do all the glitchy drill moves, so it doesn't really matter, and we do lose some speed. In my opinion, I have 6'5" and 6'6" builds, both with max wingspan. There's not that big of a difference, or really a difference at all. So just to keep it simple and easier, I'm gonna leave this build at 6'5", but you can choose either one you want. For the weight, as usual, I'm gonna put the weight all the way down, and then you can up it just until you get some extra strength, but you don't lose any acceleration. We get a 90 speed on this build. For the wingspan, I max that hoe out. You always want to max out, or whenever I make my builds, I always max out the wingspan for the most part, depending on the stats. So check this out. Right off rip, we're going to have an 83 ball. That's more than enough to shoot consistently. I've been using a 65, 62 3 ball for most of the year. Whenever I shoot with anything over a 75, I feel like I can't miss. Like, it's extremely easy to shoot. So this paired with the 14 shooting badges, you should be able to spark that hoe up. The ball handle, we get an 86 off rip, which is going to allow us to do all the glitchy drill moves, and then we get better defensive stats. And our driving dunk is going to be at a 66, which is the most important part. You have to have max wingspan, which means at 99 overall, we're going to have a 70 driving dunk, which is going to allow us to finish around the rim a lot better. And then for the takeover, one thing that's really glitchy about this build is you can get sharp takeover if you would like on a playmaker. That's insane, I'm not gonna lie, you don't generally see that, but I have sharp takeover on my point forward. So on this build, I would definitely go playmaker, but sharp takeover would be really overpowered. I just want to be different and try out playmaking takeover if I make this build, and that's only if I can get my rebirth to work again. You guys can see it comes out as a playmaker, super unique and rare name. You don't see very many playmakers out in the park, and you definitely don't see very many playmakers with sharp take. So yeah, man, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys all the best badges I would use on this build as well. So for the finishing, we get 3, and the main reason why we want them 3 badges is we want to make sure that we have limbless takeoff on gold. This paired with a 70 driving dunk rating at 99 overall, plus those dunk packages that you can unlock, is going to allow you to finish around the rim a lot better. And then you're going to be able to get quick drops off one on this build too. So that's going to make this build even more OP. So for my shooting badges, this is more than enough. You're definitely going to be able to spark that hoe up. I've been shooting with a 65 and under 3 ball. Use these badges exactly like this, and you're going to be able to shoot extremely consistent. You guys see we got sniper on gold, and then I run a lot of silver badges because I feel like they work exactly the same, and a lot of the data from 2K Labs will say that too. So I rock a lot of silver shooting badges, except for sniper. I put that on gold because that's the most OP shooting badge on the game. This paired with your 83 ball rating, you're going to be able to shoot extremely consistent. So for my playmaking, when I'm going crazy on the ISO, this is what I generally use. Ankle Breaker Hall of Fame and Title Handles Hall of Fame are extremely underrated. You can definitely catch a lot of ankles, especially paired with playmaking takeover. You're gonna have people slipping and sliding all over the place. Tight handles is extremely OP. Whenever you're doing your standstill dribble combos, whatever the case may be, you guys will notice that your defender will get stunned a lot. These are the best badges in my opinion for ISO. And then for my defense, I would do something like this. These badges paired with your defensive rating with the longest wingspan, you're going to be able to guard the perimeter, and then you're also going to be able to guard the paint. The way 2K is, the meta right now, it seems like everybody wants a rim run, so you're going to be able to get good block animations around the rim and still be able to guard people around the perimeter. But yeah, man, that's my rare playmaking build with sharp take. If you choose that takeover, this build will be extremely OP and fun to use. You're basically a tall playmaking shot creator, but you can finish around the rim and still play defense, and you get that sexy playmaker name. Let me know what you guys think. I'm gonna make this build if I can get the rebirth to work. It's been your boy JR. Thank y'all boys so much for all y'all support. We out.